Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. This is our Path of the Damned Herald run, episode 70. And we are doing the Shadows Under Nekataka quest. And we just walked in on a dragon. Oh, let's go. As the massive upheaval of water settles, the air thickens with oppressive humidity. It takes a moment for your eyes to adjust before you can make sense of the shape that breached from the depths.
Ishi, down. This is no time to pick a fight. Of course I know you can take him.
Love it.
Belfetto. I am thrilled as always to walk into a dragon's lair with you, Watcher. Your path is littered with the creatures.
Look, I actually went the non-Dragon Slayer route in the original Pillars of Eternity. Thank you very much. Maya smirks and folds her arms, hands on his hips. Seraphin grins. Takehu's lips curve in an approving smirk.
Galloway's feckin' spear. That there be a right bonny beast and a half.
Yeah.
Have you come to deliver me from this prison of my own making?
The dragon flares his nostrils and glares at you. Let me get my bearings first. Who are you?
I am Skirilophus, Guardian of the Isles.
Skirilophus. He slaps his tail against the floor.
What is this? One of Andra's whelps?
His snout wrinkles at Takehu.
Hello.
Takehu swallows. Hot steam jets from the dragon's nostrils. I'm Kajak, captain of the junk.
I would see this vessel of yours someday.
Yay!
But we will return to that. You can only be here for one reason. You serve the Huana.
Alright, before you get all angry, you did say this was a prison of your own making. His eyes narrow into slits.
This prison is built on a foundation of their lies.
What are you talking about?
You stand in the sanctum of the Water Shapers, those who make parlor tricks of Ngati's art. An art in decline. The Huana Covenant has failed. With each grain of sand surrendered to outsiders, Ngati draws her favor away from her chosen people.
What covenant is that?
One struck in a different time, when the gods showered devotion on Huana. The guild hides how their acolytes struggle. Their ancestral forms no longer respond as they once did. Soon, there will be no Water Shapers to remember them.
What about Takehu? Takehu's like the most powerful water shaper there's been in a while.
I like what I'm hearing so far.
Shut up, Maya, damn it. You're pissing off Takehu even more. Smiling to herself, Maya folds her arms.
Daughter of the West, what I intend for the Huana is nothing to what I will inflict upon your fleet.
Oh, shit. The dragon huffs a breath of steamy air. Maya only narrows her eyes and shifts her weight.
When their mighty talent went into decline, I gave the Huana the strength to raise the very sea against our enemies. For my generosity, they bound me to this chamber by my soul.
This cannot be true, I say.
The half-breed's naivete is charming. I see why you suffer his company.
Right? Right?
And now the Deadfire dies in my absence. The luminous Adra shrieks in agony, calling out for a guardian.
Your soul is stuck here. Let me take a look.
You are a watcher. Of all the kith who could have entered this chamber, how intriguing.
Submerging in the dragon's soul feels, at first, disorienting, like perusing the stacks of a vast library. The energy and the vibrancy that should color his soul is gray and worn. From the shadows, a dark, formless thing reaches out to you in desperation. The wards around the stone floor drag the essence down and disperse its energy elsewhere, to the water shaper students of Nekataka. As it touches you, the weight of the prison is like an anchor. Draw from the sensation, feeling shaky and depleted. The other water shapers knew nothing about this.
Clever Pariki twisted the forms of her art. Rather than give obeisance to Ngati, they draw from the wards of this prison.
The dragon shows his teeth, his steaming breath rising from between each fang.
None but the masters of the guild ever knew this.
Mother, Ngati never told me this, I say.
Takehu raises a shaky hand to his brow. Alagina's feathers ruffle as she lets out a faint sigh.
The goddess and her insufferable tests. She never raised a fin to deliver me from this prison.
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a lot of, like, doubled up voice acting in a game like this. I don't know which one it potentially is. It could be a couple of them, that now that I'm thinking about it, but you're probably right. The dragon growls long enough to send a tremor through the chamber. You're the reason the water shapers are so powerful.
The Huana of ages past could have shaped the very Deadfire to their liking.
Nice.
Now their backs have turned against Ngati's covenant. Their art is an echo of its former glory.
Raising a shaking hand to his mouth, Takehu blinks up at the dragon.
By Ngati, he speaks true.
Your disgrace, so pure and concentrated.
I've looked into your soul, it's true.
Believe what you will. My duty to the archipelago is all that matters.
So is mine. And it involves aiming a cannon between your eyes.
Damn. Palagina holds up her hand, rubbing the tip of her middle finger against her thumb and nodding. Seraphin's eyes close as he nods along.
Would you give me Tangaloa's kiss? I might welcome it. Freedom comes like the tide, and the Deadfire heeds my call. I sense a rod among your belongings.
The dragon narrows his eyes and watches you carefully.
My gift to Pariki. My covenant with the Huana. Another broken promise. It made the enchantments of this prison and can destroy them. It can set me free.
The dragon lashes its tail in eager, repetitive circles.
We have a responsibility, I say.
Trailing off, Takehu pulls absently on one of his hairs. Aya cocks her head and listens. Alagina tips her head up and smiles.
But if he speaks truth, the Huana are better served if he remains.
Your opinion is irrelevant, half-breed.
I have questions about you first, dragon.
I will tolerate your curiosity.
I forgot that you can do that. There's like the little bit of both kind of scenario. You think yourself as a guardian.
That is a duty as old as the islands themselves.
Mm-hmm.
In ages past, there were 3 guardians. They watched over the Isles, the Adra, and lost to Kaizo.
Well, one of those looks.
That is similar to the tenets of Ngati's covenant.
Takehu furrows his brow. Alagina's feathers ruffle as she lets out a faint sigh.
You are perceptive for a fish.
What do you know of Ukaizo?
A city where Kith spoke to gods. The heart of an empire. I know only what I hear. Ukaizo was gone before my time.
Oh, shit.
Even its myth is dust and ashes.
Damn. Look, it's a dragon though. Like it's that you're putting human emotions on a dragon. A dragon is like, yeah, I talk shit. That's the way I talk. You know? You spoke of 3 guardians.
Creatures of unparalleled age and power, bound, like me, to strengthen the Huana. If they still lived, no foreign ship would trespass on these islands.
Interesting. Something on your mind, Takehu?
Akira, there is too much running through my head, I say.
Takehu touches his forehead spot.
For another time.
Takehu reaches up and touches his cheek with a shaking hand.
The fish is not ready to know what he only now suspects.
Something like a chuckle echoes in your mind. Back to my other questions.
Ukaizo is lost beyond all memory. Better to forget that monument of hubris.
Nah, that's we're not gonna do that. How did you get in here?
As outsiders threatened the Isles, the power of the Huana waned. Crafty Pariki sought me out to strike a deal. She used my soul as a crutch for her water shapers. In exchange, she vowed to protect the Adra.
Go on.
I came as an honored guest. The water shapers grew strong, and new conflicts replaced the old. When I resolved to go, my captors left me here, cheated and howling in the dark.
Okay. You're bound here by your soul.
Pariki and her crew forged wards that anchor my soul to this chamber. I am not chained here, but I am compelled to remain.
I feel like you know, this is the like best of both worlds kind of option, you know? It's the freeing the dragon but still allowing the water shapers of power, you know? What if we excise the imprisoned portion of your soul from the rest?
No. My soul is not for the taking. Not by you, or any of the outsider spirit thieves.
It can be done without harming you. I just need to inspect the wards. He lets out a distasteful hiss.
Very well. I give you one chance. Time has weakened the wards enough that I can leave this cell without you. There will be a debt of pain that I have no wish to incur. Betray me, and I will summon as many waves of Naga as it takes to shatter this prison.
The dragon unclenches his jaw and watches you in silence.
You were saying? Give me the order. You were saying?
Happily.
A raised wardstone stands out from the watery floor of the dragon's prison. The runes engraved on its surface glow with pale light. Inspect the wardstone. Enchantments coursing through the stonework keep the dragon tethered to the spot and siphon energy from his soul. The spells of imprisonment look more recent. The siphoning enchantment merely sips at the dragon's essence and disperses it elsewhere. You think it could be used to store the essence, enough to last decades or longer if used responsibly. You can tell nothing else about the enchantments. The ward flashes, causing the rod of the Deep Hunter to tremble in your pack as if the two share some arcane affinity for each other. Try to siphon enough of the dragon's essence to empower the guild, then break the imprisoning ward. The enchantment slips through your fingers in spite of its advanced age and depleted state. Ooh. Ah. I do not have a metaphysics person. Yay, 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 yay. Pillars of Eternity 2. I'm just gonna check and see how much metaphysics we would need. Shadows. Shadow under Nekataka. Metaphysics 9. Leave it be. Do not think my metaphysics is going to be high enough. We have a metaphysics of 1. Doifa, doifa.
You were saying?
I'm pretty sure. Metaphysics 2. Metaphysics 17, yeah. Okay, so he's our... Alright, hold up. Animals. If there's a metaphysics one. I mean, I know there are metaphysics animals, but it's a question of if I have a metaphysics animal. +1. +1 isn't probably going to cut it, I would assume. Any potions to take? Mechanics. Select. What am I looking for? Can I just search? Of course I can. Why be able to search for a keyword? I don't really understand what the search bar does in this game. Unless you know, like, the exact name for something. Wise Bluff. Damn. Really? There's no, like, metaphysics thing to take? Oof. Big oof. If there's an animancy cat, apparently. Sveth gives +2. Yeah. And Blessed Incense gives +2. Alright. We don't have any Sveth? We have Sveth. Does not say Sveth gives metaphysics. Absolutely does not say that. Blessed Incense definitely is, though. I wonder why the... Oh, it's the crash effect. Oh, okay. I mean, that's a little involved, I guess. Okay, let's do something like this then. We save, use Blessed Incense.
Of course.
Check, try. Hey, there we go. Scorolophus winces but makes no other protest. He shifts his weight from one leg to the other as the runes of confinement begin to crumble. The wardstone itself flashes brighter than ever, resplendent with the dragon's powerful essence.
I feel irregular. Lighter. But there is an absence as well.
He eyes the ceiling thoughtfully.
The burden of this prison is lifted. I will return to the beloved Atra.
He flexes his claws and lets out an exultant bellow. Nice. His Mumu? Look, I haven't found any good... the armor in this game looks like crap, generally speaking. It's very upsetting. You consider showing mercy against those who wronged you.
Mercy. Only for those who showed mercy to me. The rest...
He splits his jaws into a lethal grin.
Should your hopes darken on the high seas, you will feel a welcome chill as my shadow passes over your deck. Depend on it.
Roaring with triumph, Scorolophus aims his body at the rocky ceiling and takes off. Hoofa doofa! Scorolophus beats his wings, lifting his massive form above the ground of his watery prison. He stretches open his jaws and roars, the ensuing blast blowing out the top of his prison, exposing it to the sky above. For the first time in untold years, natural light floods the interior of this chamber. He snaps his wings a second time, flying through the exit with wild abandon, tilting at reckless, unpracticed angles as he builds incredible speed. When he emerges, shrieks of horror and dismay grow in volume. Moments later, as he passes out of view, you hear an explosion of splintered wood, upheaved water, and incredible devastation on the southwestern corner of the island. Bunch of people died. Yay!
Yes?
Alright then, well that was fun.
Certainly.
Alright, we don't need her anymore. Get back, Poodle.
Captain, a word.
Sure. What's on your mind?
When I joined the guild, I was a fish in a dream.
Takehu looks at the ground between his feet.
Water Shapers were the keepers of our oldest covenant, protectors of history, heroes, I say. Now I see the guild only for what it has become. Ikera, a perversion of the oldest Juana art.
He grimaces and looks away. The guild might need a new way forward if it hopes to endure.
If the guild cannot depend on its own teachings, then difficult times lie ahead of us all. I do not want to tarry in this house of regret a moment longer.
You could be the one to lead it back to where it should be.
My thoughts will be clearer in time. You are kind to listen, I say.
Be off.
Okay, I'd be glad to.
Let's go! Onikaza's gonna be pissed. Just pissed.
Onikaza will want your report, I say. Pariki should have known we could not keep a dragon forever.
Yeah, I guess. Oddy boy. Oddy boy. Odysseus pop. Oddy pop pop. Papa lapa lapa lop. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and immediately head back to the Serpent's Crown to get chewed out by Queen Onikaza. Dragons. Dragones. Ow, fuck.
I am composing a song for you and Ashiza. It is an ode to Amira, Queen of Birds.
Another Juana epic? Just wake me up when it's over.
You will like it, I think. The tune is inspired by a Rawatayan drinking song.
If you must.
God, I love the interactions. The banter is great in this game. Really is. I wish there was more of it. You know what I truly wish? I understand that they are trying to tell a story that has, ethics and dilemma and tension in it, right? But I honestly just wish at times that this had been a bit of a brighter game, right? And that all of the factions weren't assholes, and that all of, half the characters weren't beholden to those asshole factions, and that it was just more piracy and banter, honestly. Not that piracy is, like, bright and fun, but in a video game it's bright and fun. Alright.
What madness has its clutches around Pariki's overlook? The mountain shakes. Bellows of anguish echo over the wind.
Onikaza raises a trembling hand to her brow.
And a shadow rose from the streets to cover Queen's Birth on its way to the sea. Now the traders look to me for answers I do not have.
Onikaza pounds her armrest with her fist.
Nothing but panic and contradiction make their way to my ears. Tell me what happened.
Naga invaded the guild to rescue an ancient sea dragon.
You do not jest.
The queen blinks and slowly rises to sit straight in her throne.
About many things, Highness. Not this, I say.
Takehu folds his arms and closes his eyes. Something about the gesture causes Onikaza to hold her attention on him.
For what did the guild endanger my city with this creature? I will hear Myru's report.
Onikaza searches over your shoulder. Guildmaster Myru is dead.
No! To lose a teacher of Myru's skill while Rawatai points their cannons at us?
Onikaza raises her hand to her mouth.
Takehu, my sympathies. I know yours was a turbulent apprenticeship.
Makara, the guild, they fought bravely, Highness.
Takehu nods, his lips pressed into a hard line.
Send every bird for my master water shapers. Tell them to cleave the ocean in half if they must. They will come to Nekataka now.
A pair of attendants bolt to attention and scramble down the stairs. Onikaza nurses her brow and sighs.
I once told Myru she was not allowed to retire while Rawatai's fleet darkened my ports. Nagati is not done testing me, I say.
Pariki captured the dragon long ago and built the guild around his prison.
Pariki was a whaler before she took up Nagati's art. I say her largest trophy was a secret, well kept.
She sighs, cradling her chin on her palm.
Kahanga legends tell us that our ancestors made compacts with the creatures of the Deadfire.
Onikaza cuts herself off and snaps her fingers to an attendant.
Send for Ranga Hauhua of the Wapua tribe. If she could soften the hearts of my cats, I say dragons are not beyond her.
You're gonna have to. There's gonna have to be a lot of bribery involved with Scorlophus. As her attendants make for the exit, Onikaza leans back in her throne and considers.
Kara, but I cannot believe... Highness, would you trap another of Ngati's ancient pets?
I would go any distance to protect my people. Can Nagati's chosen say the same?
Onikaza turns back to you, leaving Takehu to pull at his hair and frown.
Speak on, Watcher. As surely as a tide swelling over the shore, I feel you are not finished.
The forms of water shaping are fabrications made to tap into the dragon's prison.
Then Pariki's students had an advantage in their lessons, I say, and Myru's after her, all at the cost of this beast's freedom.
Beast is a living creature who tried to help. Onikaza raises her brow.
If water shaping is not as our ancestors taught it, we cannot reckon how much of the original form we have lost.
But you can try. You have Ungati's chosen, right? You have Takehu, the greatest water shaper that has lived since Pariki. Let him discover the form. Let him rediscover how it was originally done. If anyone can, he can. Sinking feeling accompanies her thoughts, as if Onikaza feels a vast well of uncertainty opening beneath her.
What became of the dragon, Watcher? If the power of this beast strengthened our guild.
Onikaza leans forward. I siphoned his soul using the prison wards. Your water shapers should be fine. She closes her eye and nods, taking each breath slowly. They should be fine for now. It's not going to last forever. Something's going to have to change. They are going to have to learn how to do it on their own.
What Periki did was no kindness, I say. But her actions helped students of the guild to learn our most sacred art.
No, it didn't. No.
I am not feeling very sacred today, Highness.
Yep.
Tekehu, what was the dragon but Nagati's gift to the Huana? You are out of practice interpreting your mother's omens.
I disagree. Big disagree, Onikaza. She waits for an answer to this rebuke, but Tekehu holds his silence.
This is more valuable to me than every cannon in Rawatai. Thank you, Watcher.
Onikaza inclines her head and touches her brow, holding the pose long enough for her attendants to draw in sharp breaths and look to you with awe. Hope there's no hard feelings about setting a dragon free.
Akira, it will be a nightmare to appease traders and admirals seeking recompense for shipwrecks. But what is a queen if not the one to toss in her sleep while her people rest at ease?
Onikaza allows herself to settle back with a tired smile.
My water-shaping masters will arrive soon, and I say the guild will be stronger for their guidance. But a queen's work is not finished until she has endured all of Nagati's trials. I could send birds to every Ranga and rally them to our cause, but Neketaka needs more than strength. We need pure Huana fury. We need the Wahaki.
A Wahaki.
My brother calls the Wahaki the last true Huana. He's severe on the Kahanga, but I do not call him wrong.
Onikaza thumbs her chin and nods.
The tribe hates all foreigners. Passing ships are attacked on sight, and explorers never make it back to the beach.
Go on.
I have hesitated to let the trading companies see my teeth, but those days are behind us. Filling the seas with Wahaki war canoes will strike terror in the heart of even Rawatai's iron fleet.
I guarantee Maya's about to pop off with something.
Are we still pitting cannons against canoes, Highness?
Maya glances up from furiously scribbling notes, her brow raised.
Cannons exhaust themselves after every battle cry. My warriors do not.
Sure, okay. I have questions before I agree to this.
Ask. I would not have you journeying to Oryokoiki uninformed.
She opens her palm to you and nods. Oryokoiki, the cursed land of corpses.
The corpses refer to the pungent Koiki trees. The curse.
She shrugs.
There are Nguithan ruins on the isle. I say our ancestors were either superstitious or had no taste for Koiki.
Like to know more about the Wahaki.
It is said the Wahaki did unspeakable things to survive the downfall of our ancestors, cannibalizing the injured and making blood sacrifices to the gods. As the dust settled, the other tribes learned to keep their distance from the tribe. Those who do not think like my brother say the Wahaki never recovered from the loss of Ukaizo.
What do you seek to gain from this alliance?
The Huana are always stronger together than we were apart. I want the Wahaki to remember this. Today, we are tribes, united under the gods. Tomorrow, we can be an empire, and the Deadfire our protected haven.
Heard enough.
Akira, then you will seek out the Wahaki and bring their strength to the Kahanga?
I will make contact with the Wahaki and hope for the best.
Sail for the Isle of Oryokoiki and return when you have an answer from the tribe, whether fair or foul. The island lies northwest of Neketaka. There is a phrase which will protect my royal herald. Over crumbling mountains, across blighted seas. If you remember this, it could save your life.
Over crumbling mountains across blighted seas. I'll remember.
Write it down if you must, but recall it when the time comes. The Wahaki are not a trusting people.
Onakaza nods and dismisses you with a wave. Okidoki! Takehu. Un momento, I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. Been bothering me the last little section. I'm gonna grab some water too. I had a really big dinner. I've actually been trying to be better about that here lately and eat smaller meals, have better portion control, etc. But we had like rice bowls tonight, and I just, I didn't intend to stuff myself, but I kind of stuffed myself, so I'm a little bleh. All right, Takehu.
I thought Aothus was too busy kicking over islands to blunt his teeth with mortals.
Takehu scrutinizes you with an unreadable expression.
What say? You must take something from all this idle chatter with the gods.
I kind of want to hit him with the I've been at this before. Nothing new. I think I'm gonna do that. Nothing new. I've been at this before.
For what does he listen to you then? The gods I know are tight of lip and hard of hearing.
Mine won't shut up. He raises a hand to his lips and stifles laughter, shaking his head.
I could not imagine the inner workings of a god.
He trails off, looking away.
But then, I am not meant to. It is for mortals to flail in the darkness, I say, while gods point us toward light.
See. I don't like any of these responses, honestly. I feel like he's kind of like the... I don't know, I think I'm going to go with the better they let us figure it out for ourselves. As he weighs your words, Takehu winces a little. Regressive.
To be worshipped. To have others interpret your design.
Takehu sighs, pulling back his hair.
Such a burden. And mortals demand it so. For what should a god worry about such cares, when theirs is the hand on the tiller?
Takehu spreads his palms and frowns. Wouldn't you worry if you were in their position?
Were I a god? Kara, such a question. The tribes brought me this far. Is it... Must I not also shoulder their burden as they did mine?
He cups his cheek and looks off to the distance, musing over his words.
At least Aothus has you to keep him in check. What happens when we catch up to him is something for future Takehu to worry about.
Future Takehu. He smiles wanly. The world around you darkens, and once again you feel an insistent tug for your attention, the pull centered from Takehu's soul. Surrender.
Scratch under the wet clay of any artist, and you hatch a lifetime of fear and doubt.
Andra props her chin on her fist and studies Takehu with a sigh.
My boy doesn't fear the gods. He only fears what he'll compromise by living up to his potential. But isn't it easier to let sculptures represent you? Poor thing. Nothing he does could disappoint me. But that is a mother's prerogative.
He pulls away with a wet slapping sound. Receive the mental impression of a wink. It's weird that this Ngati is someone that I can get behind, and you know, her favor of her chosen son. It feels good, right? But the Ngati that we see in the God panels is fucking asshole. It's like, fucking murder everyone, screw it, you know? The world reasserts itself all around you. Takehu wears an uncertain smile, tipping his head inquisitively. Be off.
I'm here. Absolutely.
Alright, cool. Time to head to the Luminous Bathhouse for Britze. And then to the stairs for the Temple of Berath. Might be able to get all that done tonight.
I've never...
He takes after his Juana sister.
He probably just thought you were gonna feed him.
When fish and bird can befriend each other, anything is possible, I say.
Luminous Bathhouse. Straight to. Alright. Britze is up top, if I'm remembering correctly. There we go.
You ask too much.
Hello.
You and I, we have a mutual friend, do we not?
She grins widely, tongue pressing pink between her teeth. I'm here at Director Castell's request.
Good.
The tension in her shoulders settles and she hazards a small smile.
A Royal Deadfire operative, Quarno, and his Principi associate, Tola, will meet tonight to discuss the details of a business arrangement. They have bought out the entire first floor for privacy's sake. Even Gunnar, their proprietor, will excuse himself. Only bathhouse attendants will be allowed to remain to ensure their comfort. You understand?
Tell me about Quarno.
He is a snake in the body of a man. Though he is supposedly the Royal Deadfire Company's man, he always seems to be working some deal on the side.
Anything I should know about Tola?
Tola is fond of drink, and her tongue flaps loosely when she has had too much of it.
What do you need me to do?
I will disguise you as a bathhouse attendant, so you might observe their meeting. With luck and some cunning, you may be able to discover the details of their special arrangement. You will not be able to take your gear, but do not worry. Should the situation get out of hand, there will be a stash of weapons hidden in one of the changing booths. But I am sure it will not come to that.
Okay. Can't do this yourself?
I have had dealings with Tolar in the past, and I am certain she will recognize me. Hence why I have requested assistance from Director Castell, though it pains me to do so.
She grimaces and looks away. Alright, let's do it.
Gelarde. Then you will take your disguise, and I shall take your equipment, Ak.
Her voice drops to a conspiratorial whisper.
Take this rice wine as well. Perhaps you will find use of it, eh?
She winks. Okie dokie. Odie bodie. Big yawn. Oh boy, oh bean. Oh boy, oh. Da boy, oh. Okay. start with talking to Tola. A boisterous woman with a long, sunburned nose motions you to approach. Her eyes droop half closed, and a stench of liquor wafts off of her.
Ah, what timing. Lounging in all this water's making me thirsty.
Bow and give her a bottle of rice wine. She drinks deep from the bottle and releases it with a belch and a smack of her lips. She regards you through red-rimmed eyes and slowly looks you up and down.
You seem familiar. Do I know you? Or is it the wine that makes me think so?
Oops. She hiccups.
It's probably the wine.
Tola stares at you unsteadily, her eyes half closed. Must be really important if you can afford to buy out the bathhouse.
Flatterer.
She grins toothily and attempts to wink, but it ends up looking more like she's got something in her eye.
I'm no queen of Neketaka, but I do all right.
Neketaka.
I captain a ship for the Principe.
Neketaka.
And the big grouchy guy back there, Quano, works for the Royal Deadfire Company. Sometimes, when he's not doing stuff on the sides. Doing stuff like selling me cannons. That's what we're celebrating. Did I mention that?
Arno told me about you. He thinks you're important.
That's because I am.
She gives you a broad grin that she finishes off with a belch as loud as cannon fire.
I'm no queen of doing stuff like selling me cannons. That's what we're celebrating. Did I mention that?
I feel like if we give her too much rice wine, it goes bad, but that's because I don't know about, because I don't want her to get suspicious. So maybe we give her another bottle of wine. Grabs the bottle and chugs the entirety of its contents without taking breaths. She sways a bit. When she settles the bottle down, gives you a bleary-eyed grin.
Has anyone ever told you you're great? 'Cause you are really great. You should ditch this stupid bathhouse. Join my crew. I just got a bunch of fancy new cannons from Quano. We'll be the terrors of the Deadfire. It'll be fun.
What do you plan to do with all that firepower?
I'm gonna blow up some Valian trading company ships and take their luminous Ardra. But shh. Don't tell anyone. It's a secret.
Her words run together in a drunken slurry. What brings you to the bathhouse tonight?
My large friend and I are celebrating a business transaction. But I can't say anymore.
She rolls her eyes and casts a look back at the Amawa man reclining on a bench behind her. Anything else I can get for you?
No, I've already had too much.
Bowinly? I mean, we're all good, but I am going to save and see if we can't talk to Huarno. Huarno leans against the wall of the bath and regards you skeptically. He wrinkles his nose and grimaces. The golden torque around his neck and gemstones in his ear glimmer in the low light.
If I grow hungry or thirsty, I will call for you. Until such a time, leave me in peace.
Pretty sure if we press him, it's gonna turn into a fight. Wanted to speak with you. He narrows his dark eyes and peers into your face for a moment, as if trying to decide where he's met you before. Then he gives a small shake of his head and looks away.
What reason does an attendant have to speak with me?
You have wealth and importance. I aspire to be like you.
I see.
He looks at you skeptically, yet leans forward with interest, fingering the torque around his neck.
What do you wish to know?
That lady over there looks important.
Captain Tola is a creature of the Principe, though a minor one at best.
He rolls his eyes in her direction and sighs.
In truth, her status matters little to me, for she has the coin to purchase enough munitions to outfit an entire fleet.
He shrugs.
What do you wish to know?
What do you do for the Royal Deadfire Company?
I manage munitions, cannons, gunpowder, and the like.
He glares at you from under heavy brows.
What do you wish to know?
That's all for now. I'm not gonna press. Say it
You
one more
have
time.
questions? What do you wish to know?
Why would the Principe need such expensive weaponry?
Find me a man who does not appreciate a fleet of cannons at his command, and I will show you a fool.
He chuckles to himself, his hands splayed across his chest.
The Principe appreciate cannons more than most, and they know when to turn them toward Valian trading company ships to get what they want. And some ships, let us say, they are ripe for the plucking.
Okay.
What do you wish to know?
All right. I think we're good.
Absolutely.
Walk the fuck out. Done and done. Easy peasy. Done. So we need to stop by Director Castol in order to get that completed. But I think we go do... Well, actually, no. Let's head to there, because I think after we complete that, we're probably going to have access to the animancy stuff as well. So that'll be another thing for us to take care of in the Sacred Stair. So, go ahead and do that. That'll be cool. Alright.
Ishi, are you staring at the captain? That's my job. Stand down, little soldier.
The Kehu's got, like, baby health, man. What's his... Got 10 constitution. That's why he's got
Captain.
baby health.
Naturally.
Understood.
What say?
Oh, really? This place is kind of annoying. It's like one of the only places where time actually matters in the game. It's like super meh. All right, Director.
Do you suppose a Hasongo was a kind of vengeance for Rawatai's assistance with the God Hammer? Oh, listen to me. It all sounds perfectly mad.
I took care of things at the bathhouse.
Perfetto. What did you discover?
Quarno is selling gunpowder and weapons to the Principe.
Deverus? That is worse than I suspected. Please, explain. Spare me no details.
Quarno is smuggling Royal Deadfire Company munitions.
An interesting scheme. Fortunate that you were able to get wind of it.
Tola is planning on using Royal Deadfire Company munitions against a Valian trading company convoy carrying Luminous Andra.
Madiko, our convoy routes are meant to be a well-guarded secret. I might as well have sent the Principe a letter. That is enough to work with. Agrissima, I do believe I'm going to ruin Quarno's day.
Nice.
I do have another matter I could use your assistance with, Watcher. If you have a moment.
What do you need?
It concerns a business associate.
Oof.
A captain by the name of Ferrante. Something of a notable figure among the Principe, I'm told.
Something of a notable figure among the Leads the Principe. So you're taking a page from Quarno's book?
Believe me, the irony is painful. Still, I think there is a clear difference. Quarno sought to improve his own fortunes, whereas this, I do for the company. Captain Ferrante will have the details, but the matter concerns a contact of his on the island of Crookspur.
Yeah, and this is where I have problems with the Principe. And, well, with the old guard of the Principe and with the Vailian Trading Company.
Apparently, they're having some trouble out there with the hostile tribe. You help them, Ferrante helps the company. You've proven resourceful. You make the logical choice.
Serafin's narrowed eyes slide between you, the director, and the floor. I'll go find this Captain Ferrante, then.
You'll find Ferrante in Dunwich. Dunwich is a
and when I find out that it's for slavers, I'll be like, no, go fuck yourself.
You'll likely be in less danger there than on the sea, but all the same, I recommend extreme caution.
What say? It will be so.
Of course.
At your service.
We got a level on Palacina. Probably just spell resistance. Would be told. Or, and we've talked about this before, we could do something like Mule Kick. Or we could do Penetrating Strike. That would probably be good. I kind of like the idea of taking Penetrating Strike, honestly. Because, so Penetrating Strike is gonna, she's already doing 15 penetration. Penetrating Strike will give us 18 penetration. Oof. That should be able to get through almost anything in the game. So, I'm kind of inclined to do that. Should be pretty good. Oh, deep boy. Oh.
Yes, that will do, I say.
Yeah, boy, oh bean. Look at you. Yes, sure. Aw. Boy. Ja, boy. Ja, boy. Oh shit, I'm gonna sneeze. Shit. In a moment, I'll be right back. Ah! Dying. My allergies have been intermittently kicking my ass here lately. Like, some days they're just like non-existent, and then other days I go from like having a perfectly fine day, and then like, boom, my eye will just start burning, or I'm suddenly super congested. It's very erratic, and it's kind of annoying. All right, though, we have completed that, which means we now can head to the Sacred Stair and Temple of Berath. Hear someone call out for your attention. Okay. You're wandering through the streets when a man approaches you, cutting through the crowd. You've never seen him, but the look in his eye suggests that he recognizes you. Watcher, let me through. A meadowfolk man emerges from the crowd, red-faced and wild-haired. He pays no mind to the irritated pedestrians glowering at him. His bright eyes are fixed on you. You're the one what saw the miracle. When Aothis rose at Cadnua, awe and conviction quiver in his voice. His rising was a tragedy. Every other man, woman, and child at that keep died. Surely to be reborn into glory, don't you think? He grimaces, not entirely certain of his answer. Our people speak highly of you. No wonder Aothis chose you to witness his return. Well, I'm hoping you can help. Ah, the tiniest flicker of doubt dances across his face. He banishes it with a deep breath and launches into his tale. Been having strange dreams. A wheel that spins and spins. An orchard of koiki trees, each grown from the fallen fruit of the last. He scratches at his whiskered chin. Then, the spokes of the wheel break apart. Trees stop growing. Fruit falls and rots until the ground is covered with festering, stinking pulp. Why are you telling me? Been touched by the gods, born with their mark. I've got to think you of all people can understand what this means. Besides, he gnaws at his lips. In these dreams I also see you, at the center of the wheel, in the middle of the orchard. You were there when Aothis rose, and you seem to follow every place he's been. He works his mouth into a fretful pout as he gets to the crux of his concerns. Aothis has always meant rebirth and redemption. But so much death follows in his wake, both in the Saints' War and now here, again. His wide eyes are full of questions. There are no easy answers. My people followed Aothis to war once. I wonder sometimes if we failed him when we lost, or if we did that the moment we laid hand to blade. Please, you've seen more than anyone. Got to have some idea of what it all means, and how we make sense of this. Boom. The Dawn Stars have survived because of the community they've formed. You don't need Aothis for that. Never thought of it that way. Lethairn. Oh, that's Lethairn. Oh, shit. Nods, letting this sink in. I won't keep you, but you've given me a lot to think about. Thank you. Turns away and allows himself to melt into the crowd. Oh, no. Ah. Well, good to know. Apparently that is a scripted event. Okay. Onwards to the Temple of Berath. Man, I want to fight the Kraken. The Odie Kraken. Oh, look, he's so big. He's so terrifying. Yes, sure. Yes, sure. Okay, so we don't actually want to go to the Temple of Berath. We actually want to go to the Sacred Stair because we're going to go down underneath into the crypts, the catacombs. Yeah. So, you shorty boy. You shorty boy. So that is where we are going to
Ishi,
go.
Stop pecking at Seraphin's beard.
Any attention? Be good attention, lass. Ow. Who's a good bird? Go.
Are you sure about that, Seraphim? Alright, so, we are now going to do the Hanging Sepulchres, which is a fun little jaunt with the undead, though. So we're going to have some potential issues weaponry-wise. So, we will pick that up on the next video. If you are watching on Twitch, stick around. We're going to keep playing. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next time! Goodbye.